60. Everybody's writing frantically. It's not like we're not even ready to go here, but we are. We must. Karen Sistek is here along with Autumn Moore. The American Red Cross, Indiana County is a big part of what the Red Cross does in this region. And boy, Monday is a really big day. Karen, good morning to you. Autumn, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good to have you both with us. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Karen, we talk about this every year at this time. The Day of Giving at the Indiana Mall, the American Red Cross is going to be set up again, huh?
We are going to be there. We're going to be there Monday from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. We have a goal of 100 units that we would like to collect this year.
Yeah. I remember last year we were just that close.
Oh, we were over 100 last year.
Were we?
We were. I think it was 135.
Oh, cool. We crushed it.
It was amazing. People came out. It's just been remarkable how the Indiana community has shown up in the past 2 years during all of this for us. We are so grateful, and the patients are so grateful.
Yeah. Let's talk to Autumn a little bit, and while we do, I'm going to push your microphone down a little bit so that we can get you closer. You can pull it down yourself. There you go. Autumn, good morning.
Good morning.
This is such a cool thing for Indiana County to be able to help in this way, but it does require people to turn out, doesn't it?
It does. It does require people to turn out, and right now it is the best time for people to turn out because we right now are facing a national blood shortage. It's the worst shortage in over a decade.
Yeah, and we're hearing that hospitals are considering canceling elective surgeries, and we certainly don't want them to get to the point where they have to choose: do we do this surgery or put it off, especially if it gets to a more critical situation. But boy, it's really, really tough right now, and this is the time for people to step up.
It really is, because some hospitals already now, because we are already limiting how much blood we can send to the hospitals, because that's how short we are. I mean, we don't ever use the word crisis. We are in a crisis, and hospitals are already making those tough decisions right now of who can get the blood and who doesn't get the blood.
Yeah. So this is really important now for people who are thinking about giving blood. Karen, there are people out there who have always said to themselves, one of these days, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go give blood. What do you say to those folks?
I say to them, and I have family members and friends who do that, and I'm like, what's holding you back? And usually they can't give me an answer. So I tell them, this is the time to do it. We're in a blood crisis. This is a wonderful way to serve your community on Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. Why not today? Why not Monday? If you're healthy, if you're feeling well, if you want to do something for your community and give back, what a great opportunity.
Yeah. And 1 unit of blood is more than just a unit of blood. It does so much, doesn't it, Autumn?
It does. 1 unit of blood.
I like the way Karen pointed at you.
I'm actually like, she answers that question.
Everybody on Facebook said, what's she pointing at her for?
I answer that question all the time, but she is our pro. So I will gladly defer to Autumn.
Well, 1 unit of blood can help impact 3 lives. Because, sometimes you give the whole blood product, but usually we take it back and separate into 3 different products, plasma, platelets, and red blood cells, so they can help 3 different patients. So, so you're not just saving 1 life, you're helping to save 3 lives if you donate blood that day.
Yeah, it is so important. So people do need those whole units, but if you're able to separate them and use them in that way, then you're multiplying the effect of your blood donation.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know there are people who give platelets only, and they do that on a regular basis, but that's not the focus of what's coming up on Monday.
Exactly. We will be collecting whole blood and power reds. And the power reds, we have a lot of power red donors in Indiana. They're O negative, O positive, A negative, and B negative donors. There are certain other things they have to meet. They have to make sure there's certain iron, certain height, and certain weight. At the redcrossblood.org, if they have questions, they can go to that site, redcrossblood.org. Exactly.
Now, explain the concept of power reds.
I'll let Autumn. I'll defer
Autumn,
that
that's
to
you
her
again.
as well.
She's pointing at you again.
I can
She
do
sounds
it.
like I'm a technical guru or something.
Exactly. I like her. I like her genius.
You
on
like
these.
her.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
I like her.
Well, power reds is we take 2 units of red blood cells instead of 1. So we give your plasma and platelets back. So there's a couple different things for that. So if a donor needs multiple units, they usually get 2 units from the same person. So that's a benefit for the recipient. For the donor, you only have to come only
Every 112 days.
112 days instead of every 56. So you don't come as often.
Mm-hmm.
And we use a smaller needle. You get some fluids back. So sometimes they say feel better, but we don't take all blood types that way. We take all the O negative, O positive, A negative, and B negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only reason we don't do it that way is because the A positive and B positive, we really want their plasma and platelets. So it's the right donation for the right blood type is how we call it.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
Yeah.
For folks who don't know their blood type, you really should learn that and carry that with you. But O negative is such a coveted blood type. I have O negative in me. But
We smelled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me you're a vampire.
we didn't tell you that part. That's our evening job.
But O negative, why is it so coveted?
Because it is a universal donor.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there's not time to do a cross match, I'm pretty sure they do that. I don't know all the technical. I'm not a doctor, but all we know is that most people can get that as the universal donor.
Yeah, yeah, and people who are O negative can only get O negative.
Correct. So so you are the holy grail of blood. So that's why we.
Yeah.
And you're O negative, Todd.
Yes, it's the second rarest. Do I understand that correctly of the blood types? That's the way I had it explained.
I'm not too sure about that.
I'm not sure.
That's a question for I'd ask Dana.
Yeah, I'd ask Dana. Dana's not here, so I can't ask Dana.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Karen. Tap her.
I know. She's not here. Dana, if you're there, call.
But it just makes that the importance of O negative folks contributing. But anybody, if your blood is red and you're eligible, you need it. And
exactly.
So we need to tell folks how it is that they can get to the position where they can give blood. You can register ahead of time, and you prefer that.
They can register at redcrossblood.org and set up their appointment. They can use the app. A lot of our donors in Indiana have the app on their phone or their computer. They can sign up that way. They can also call 1-800-RED CROSS. And any way they want to do, that is perfect.
Yeah.
We encourage appointments for this drive because it does get busy.
Mm-hmm.
And with the blood crisis currently going on, like you said, people are like, why should I give? Well, this is why right now. You never know when someone you love is going to need a transfusion.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure that blood's available for that person or even yourself at this point in the game.
Now, we know that we're talking specifically about Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. And so the Day of Giving at the Indiana Mall for the Red Cross is coming. It's not the only opportunity people will have to give.
It is not. There are so many opportunities in Indiana. And even during the COVID and when it was full force and things were shutting down, we were able to have people step up and give us their locations and, hey, use our space. We want you here. So Indiana has a lot of blood drives. Again, they can find them at redcrossblood.org.
Yeah.
And find all the drives there.
Or they can search it by zip code and it'll tell you everything within 25, 30 miles.
Exactly. Or call the 1-800-RED CROSS as well.
Or install that donor app.
That
donor app
you have on your phone.
It reminds you.
Mm-hmm.
It does remind you.
Look at Autumn, and Autumn will come and smell your blood.
And she will tell you.
I'm like, you're no negative. Please come donate today.
It is so vitally important right now. It is such a wonderful thing for folks to do. And that's really what Martin Luther King Jr. Day is all about, in the Day of Service. And so this is a wonderful way to serve your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, everybody.
It is. It is.
All right. So anything else folks need to know about this?
Well, I'm inviting everyone. Mm-hmm. I'm inviting everyone. Make an appointment if you can. We'll be at the mall from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday the 17th. We are proudly being sponsored by Delaney Auto Group.
Okay.
We will have Dunkin' Donuts, Wendy's Chili, Sheetz is providing hot dogs, Insomnia is providing cookies and some Starbucks coffee.
Wow.
So it's worth your while to come out, get a cookie, save some lives.
Yeah, there you go. Get a cookie, save a life.
Some lives. There you go. It's our new motto.
That's the next T-shirt. Take 3 cookies.
No, or you could, but you get to save 3 lives.
Save 3 lives. You can have a cookie a life. That's fine.
Get a cookie, save 3 lives.
There
Very
you go.
Good. Very
the
good. But it's a wonderful thing to do, and especially this annual event. And Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service for the Red Cross to target Indiana County every year means that Indiana County effectively answers the call, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Every year, every day, every blood drive, they answer the call.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Ladies, we thank you for coming and visiting with us here this morning. And, of course, I guess we'll be seeing the Red Cross at the mall coming up on Sunday, and other
Monday.
areas around Monday, I
Yeah.
should say. Yeah, Monday.
They can come Sunday too. We won't be.
We won't be there.
Just wait; they'll be there eventually. But I think you're back at the mall the following Saturday, as a matter
Yes,
of fact.
Yeah.
the 22nd, I believe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So another opportunity to give, but do consider giving. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.